The moment I loaded into this game, I honestly thought it was going to be one of those weird little horror experiments you play once and laugh about later. You know the type: cheap textures, some creepy stock music, a jump scare or two, nothing serious, but the second the screen faded in, I knew I was wrong. There wasn't even a proper menu screen, just a single button that said Start Ride. No settings, no brightness control, no quit. Already, that gave me chills. But curiosity got me. I clicked it. My character stepped into the back of a car. The first thing I noticed was the glow of the dashboard. It wasn't the soft blue or green you'd expect. It was this sickly red, flickering like the car itself was alive. The radio hissed with static, sometimes cracking just enough to let a whisper slip through, and the driver. He didn't say a word. At first, I thought maybe it was a glitch. NPC usually greet you in these types of games, right? But no, he just sat there, hands clamped on the wheel, face pale, eyes fixed forward. The only movement he made was tilting the rear view mirror. Not to see the road behind us, not even to adjust it properly. He tilted it just enough so his eyes met mine. Dead, unblinking, like he was studying me. I laughed nervously, like, okay, cool, creepy Uber simulator, I see what you're doing. But that laugh didn't even sound like mine. It came out shaky, forced. My chest was already tight. We started driving. The street outside looked wrong. The buildings were all stretched too tall, their windows pitch black, no people, no cars, just this empty silence except for the low hum of the engine. And every so often, the headlights flickered like they were struggling to stay alive. Then, finally, the driver spoke. But it wasn't small talk, it wasn't directions. His voice was flat, mechanical, like the sound of a tape recorder slowing down. He asked me, "Do you know where we're going?" I froze. My mind scrambled for a response. I mean, what kind of Uber driver asks that? I wanted to crack a joke, maybe say something like, hopefully not the woods, right? But the words stuck in my throat. My hands went cold, and what scared me most wasn't the question itself. It was what happened after. Because the second those words left his mouth, he didn't speak again. Not once. Not for the rest of the ride. We keep driving. At first, I try to convince myself this is fine, this is normal. It's just a game, just some spooky atmosphere. But the longer we're on the road, the more I notice the details. The glow of the GPS on the dashboard is the only thing lighting the car besides those weak red indicators. But the GPS doesn't look right. It keeps glitching, the route redrawing itself every few seconds. Left, right, reroute again. Like it doesn't actually know where it's taking us. And sometimes when the screen flickers, I swear it flashes strange symbols, like faces or letters scrambled together, too quick for me to read. I lean forward a bit, squinting at the map. Maybe it's just a bug, right? But then I notice the driver's hands. They're gripping the wheel so tight his knuckles are white. No movement, no twitch, not even the smallest sign of life. He's just locked in place, like a mannequin pretending to drive. So I try to break the tension. I laugh out loud, even though my voice cracks when I do it. I say something stupid like, cool, haunted Uber GPS, love that for me. But he doesn't laugh, he doesn't even blink. Just moves the rear view mirror again, so it's angled directly at my eyes. He wants me to know he's watching. The city lights fade behind us. Street by street, it all vanishes until there's nothing but darkness on either side. The road stretches ahead, narrow and endless. No signs, no cars, no people, just silence. And the silence is so thick it feels heavy, like the air itself is pressing down on me. Then, without warning, he makes a hard turn. The tires screech. My character lurches against the seatbelt, and suddenly we're off the main road. The pavement disappears beneath us. Now it's just dirt, gravel, the crunch of wheels kicking up dust. And that's when I realize there are no streetlights out here, Nothing but the car's weak headlights cutting through a tunnel of trees. At first, it's almost calming. The woods feel endless, quiet, still. But then, the longer I look, the more wrong it feels. The branches don't look like branches anymore. They twist upward like long, bony fingers, reaching into the sky. And some of the trunks, God, I swear I see faces carved into them. Hollow eyes, open mouths, stretched wide in silent screams. The headlights flicker again, just for a second. And in that second, every face in those trees looks like it turned toward me. Watching, I press pause on the controller. My hands are sweaty, my heart is racing. I tell myself, it's fine, it's scripted, keep going. So I unpause. The car keeps rolling deeper and deeper into the woods, and then the speed drops. The driver's foot eases off the pedal. The engine hum slows down until the car crawls to a stop in the middle of nowhere. He doesn't explain. He doesn't move. He doesn't even look at me this time. Just sits there, frozen, while the red dashboard light pulses against his face. And in that moment, I realize something. We're not lost. He brought me here on purpose. The car idles in complete silence. No sound from the radio, no sound from the driver, just the low hum of the engine and the faint tick, tick, tick of the hazard lights, even though he never turned them on. That sound burrows into my head like a countdown. I lean forward, trying to get a glimpse of his face in the dim red glow. He hasn't moved an inch, his hands still gripping the wheel, skin stretched tight across his knuckles. His chest isn't even rising. I swear in that moment it feels like he isn't breathing. I glance down at my phone, the one in the game, not mine. I open the Uber app, ready to cancel the ride, call another driver, do something, but the screen freezes. Just one single line of text burns across it in jagged white letters. You can't leave. I feel my stomach drop. That's not part of Uber. That's not part of any game menu I've ever seen. I mash the screen over and over, but the words don't go away. Then the driver slowly turns his head. Not quickly, not naturally. Just this slow, jerky rotation until I can see the side of his face. His mouth twitches like he's trying to smile, but it doesn't work. And then, without warning, the car lurches forward again. We're deeper in the woods now. The headlights barely cut through the darkness, and every few seconds they flicker out, leaving me in complete black. And in those brief flashes, I start to notice things, shapes between the trees. At first, I think it's branches, maybe shadows. But then I realize they're moving, shifting, leaning forward as if they're watching the car go by. The driver doesn't acknowledge any of it. He just keeps going, eyes blank. The mirror still angled so I can see his reflection watching me. I press my face against the window, trying to get a better look. And that's when I see it clearly. One of the shapes steps out, just for a second, into the path of the headlights. Tall, too tall. Its limbs are too long, stretching out like ropes of shadow. Its head jerks, as if it's broken, snapping side to side, but somehow it keeps moving closer. The lights flicker out gone. For 3 full seconds, there's nothing but darkness. When they come back on, the road ahead is empty. No figure, no movement, just endless trees again. My heart is pounding so loud I can hear it in my headphones. I actually have to pause for a second because my hands are shaking too much to hold the controller. I press unpause, hoping maybe I imagined it, but then the car slows again. This time, the engine dies completely. No rumble, no headlights, no dashboard glow, just pitch black silence, and then something slams against the side of the car. The slam rattles through the entire car. It's not just a sound. It's a vibration that shakes the glass, the seats, even the floor beneath me. My first instinct is to flinch back, clutching the controller so tight I can hear the plastic creak. But the driver, he doesn't move, not even a twitch. His eyes are locked straight ahead, unblinking, like nothing happened. I sit there in silence, waiting for another impact, every muscle in my body tense. Then bang, another hit, this time harder, from the opposite side. The whole car rocks, like something huge just rammed into it. I whip the camera around toward the window. It's pitch black outside, but for a split second, when the glass fogs from my character's breath, I swear I see a handprint pressed against it. Long fingers, too long, the shape fades before I can focus on it. I whisper to myself, like it'll help, don't move, don't breathe. And that's when I notice something I hadn't before. The radio, it's still hissing with static, but underneath it, there's something else. A voice, low, distorted, broken up by the crackle. It's repeating the same phrase over and over, but I can't make out all the words, just fragments. Behind you, don't look. It's already inside. My throat goes dry. I turn the camera slowly back toward the driver, and that's when I realize the passenger door lock is rising. Click, click, one by one, every single lock in the car pops up on its own. The driver doesn't even react. He just grips the wheel tighter, his knuckles splitting open now, dark liquid dripping down his fingers. I don't know if it's blood, I don't know if it's oil, but it's not normal. Then the thing outside starts circling. I don't see it directly, but I hear it, the crunch of gravel, the snapping of twigs dragging footsteps that are way too heavy to be human. It circles once, twice closer every time, and just as I lean closer to the window to try and catch it, something knocks. 3 slow, deliberate knocks right against the glass beside my head. I jerk the camera back, but there's nothing there. Just blackness, and then, finally, the driver speaks again. His voice isn't flat this time. It's distorted, glitching, almost like 2 voices overlapping each other. He says it followed us. My chest tightens. I don't want to look. I don't want to turn my head. But my character slowly, on their own, starts shifting the camera toward the window. And standing inches away from the glass is a face. The face at the window is wrong. That's the only way I can describe it. It's pale bone, white, almost glowing in the darkness. The skin looks stretched too tight, like it doesn't quite fit over the skull beneath. Its eyes, God, the eyes. They're completely black, wide open, staring through the glass like it isn't even there. And its mouth, at first, I think it's smiling, but then I realize it's too wide, stretching far past where the lips should end, like someone carved it open. I slam the joystick, trying to back away, but the game doesn't let me. My character just sits there, frozen, breathing faster and faster. And then the headlights flicker back on for half a second. That's when I see the rest of it. The thing isn't human. Its body towers over the car, long limbs bent at angles that don't make sense. Its arms hang down almost to the ground, the joints bending backward, the bones shifting under the skin as it moves. Every time the light flashes, it's closer until I swear its fingers brush against the glass. And then the lights cut out again, total blackness. I sit there, controller shaking in my hands, waiting for anything to happen. My headphones are filled with silence, so thick it feels like static. Then I hear it, a breath, not mine. Not the driver's, but something else, right inside the car. I whip the camera toward the driver. His head is down now, chin against his chest, shoulders trembling like he's laughing or crying. But when he slowly lifts his face back toward the mirror, his eyes are gone. Just black pits, empty, bottomless. And then his mouth opens, too wide, wider than any human jaw should open. The sound that comes out isn't words. It's this screeching distortion, like broken audio files spliced together. The radio cuts in and out with his voice, and through the static I can make out a single sentence. It wants you. My heart is pounding. My palms are so sweaty the controller is slipping. I can feel my chest tightening like I can't get enough air, even though I know it's just a game. Just pixels, but it doesn't feel like it anymore. Suddenly, the back window shatters, not a normal glass breaking sound. It's this sharp metallic screech like nails on steel. My character flinches forward, and I swear I feel it too, like wind rushing past my face. I try to turn the camera, but it lags. The frame rate stutters, and in those broken frames, I catch glimpses of something crawling inside. Long arms pulling, a bent torso squeezing through the shattered window, its face twisting and stretching as it forces itself in. The screen glitches, the audio cuts out, and for a moment everything is silent again, and then two hands slam down on the back of my seat. Those hands grip the back of my seat so hard the whole car shakes. I can't even see the creature fully, just those impossibly long fingers, gray and bone, thin, nails digging into the fabric. My character's breath is ragged now, fogging the windshield with every exhale. I'm whispering at the screen like it'll help. Go, 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 move, move. And finally, the engine roars back to life. The driver slams the pedal to the floor. The car lurches forward so violently, I almost drop the controller. My character's head whips back, the scenery outside blurring into streaks of black and white as the headlights tear through the forest. I risk a glance out the rear window. That thing, whatever it is chasing us. Its body bends and snaps in the wrong directions as it sprints on all fours, its arms hitting the ground like stilts, propelling it forward at impossible speed. Its face stretches wider the closer it gets, like its jaw is unhinging to swallow the entire car. Every bump in the road, every flicker of the lights, I think it's going to catch us. The trees flash past like prison bars, and the road feels endless. And then out of nowhere, the car swerves. Gravel sprays against the windows. For a split second, I think we're crashing, but no, the driver is steering off the road. Straight into the woods, the screen starts glitching. Red pixels bleed across the edges. The radio screams with static. My controller rumbles so violently I can barely hold it. And then blackout, total silence. I sit there, staring at the screen, waiting. And then a faint glow fades in. We're parked in the middle of a clearing. The headlights are dim, barely cutting into the mist that's settled around us. The driver is gone. The seat is empty. The rearview mirror is cracked in half. Spiderwebs of glass splintered across it. And in that broken reflection, I don't see the forest. I don't see the car. I see my own face, warped, stretched, hollow-eyed like I'm becoming one of them. The game freezes. No game over. No menu. Just my reflection staring back at me until the screen slowly fades to black. I rip my headset off, heart hammering like it's going to punch a hole through my chest. My hands are shaking. My mouth is dry, and I swear I can still hear faint knocking in my headphones even though the game is closed. So yeah, it's safe to say I'm never playing that one at night again. If you guys enjoyed watching me nearly lose my soul to a demon Uber, hit the like button before the next nightmare finds you. And hey, next time you call a ride, maybe double. Check the driver actually knows where you're going. Because if they ever ask you, do you know where we're going? Run